Alright, today's my last day in Colorado, so since I posted my last video, a bunch of you sent me messages about hiking with type 1 diabetes, so I chose 5 of them that I'll answer today. And I encourage you to stick around because we're going somewhere pretty special, which I'm excited to show you. Alrighty, question number 1 is, what snacks do you eat during hikes? For this one, I think we're gonna throw 30 seconds and I'm just gonna label a whole bunch of them. Woo! Alright, so to begin, our XR bars, which are great because they're a bunch of protein and carbs together. Other bars are Nature Bakery, the fig bars are like 20 carbs each, great to bring you up. Peanut butter. And honey is a staple of mine. In that peanut butter you can throw mixed nuts just to increase calorie consumption. What else? Dates to bring up lows, Gorp, which is good old raisins and peanuts. And the last one I'll say, fruit leather strips. Whew, that was actually harder than I thought. Alrighty, question number 2. How much water do you drink and do you usually use sports drinks? My goal overall is to drink about 1 liter of water per hour. I actually don't use sports drinks just because they're expensive. You might not know if they're available, but if you do want to increase the carb count in your water, just get one of the powdered mixes and mix a little bit in. That's useful if you find yourself kind of trending down as you're hiking. So if you have, say, 15 carbs in your water bottle, then that can help level you out. And then another tip I do on all my hikes and actually kind of any activity is that I set a 1-hour timer right when I start, and then every hour I check in, and that is for hydration and then also blood sugar and then also just physically how you're feeling. So that's how I manage it. Alrighty, before hitting this giant slope which goes down into this valley, we're now on the far side of the bike course, so I bet if anyone from Colorado is following along, they probably know where we're going out to, which is back there. Till then, question number 3, which is favorite place you have hiked. That has to be the southern part of the Te Aurora Trail, which I did 1 month, flying into Christchurch and joining right near Lake Wanaka. I did that with my childhood best friend Marty and really close friend Evan Feinberg, who right now is out in South Africa hiking. I was so close to coming with him on that trip, but New Zealand, I definitely have to make a video about that. New Zealand, I think, is one of the most stunning places you can visit in the entire world, and I say that because it feels like they have every terrain crammed into a small island, plus almost all the water is fresh to drink. But most mornings you're waking up in a cabin in the rural mountainside, waking up, summiting a mountain, going down into a beautiful lake, and there's another cabin in the wilderness. They have a really beautiful cabin network that comes from their mining past, and it is a stunning, stunning place. Yeah, so we're off towards these mountains.
Show up when your life's too rough. If you wanna have me there, I know I'm like a walk in space. No matter how you talk with me, you never know what's up. I don't even think I'm in my league here, but
Alright, question 4. How many supplies would you bring on a weekend trip? Excellent point. A lot of people ask me about supplies. It kind of depends how you're treating type 1 diabetes, but overall, always think of plan B and plan C. That means if your plan A is that you're normally a pump user, pretend that your pump would break. So I always carry a vial of insulin and syringes in case my pump breaks for some reason. Then, and since you've been following this channel, you know that I'm a looper. That means I carry my Riley Link. So that is the device that actually connects my phone to my pump. And after Alaska, I would actually bring 2 of these since I lost one midway through my trip. And then there's certain things where I always recommend at least having a minimum of. So I try to bring 2 meters in case one dies. And then for a weekend trip, I would bring 3 reservoirs and 3 quick sets, just because if you're wearing a backpack and you're sweating a lot, you're more than likely to knock something off. And if you wear a CGM, brings extra sensors, and wear something like Grip, so that is actually plastered down onto your arm, making it a lot harder to rip off. And then things like AAA batteries, good to carry. So overall, I'm saying bring backups, and I would basically, you know, bring more than you need. That's my advice. Also, do you guys, it's kind of, we're running a little bit late, so I think we should get going. Alrighty, for those of you who don't recognize this, this is Red Rocks, and I wanted to bike all the way to the top, but there's actually a concert happening tonight, so they turned me around, so I just went on one of the side trails, and I figured we answer the last question here. Question 5, favorite thing to make for breakfast. My favorite thing is actually to go low carb for breakfast. That's because when you actually start hiking and moving, your body starts burning glucose in your system, and overall your blood sugar trends down. So for breakfast, I like to keep it low carb by usually making a chia seed pudding. That's half a cup of chia seeds along with a cup of water, and then mix in your trail nuts, what you're eating, and as many scoops of peanut butter as you want. That's what at least I love. And if you want to try something new, if you happen to be an oatmeal person, if you mix in half a cup or half of the recipe with red lentils, so red lentils and oatmeals in an even mix, that introduces a lot more fiber and reduces the carbs of that pretty common breakfast. So if you enjoyed this Q&A, if there's any other questions you have, leave it below. Remember that you can go anywhere and do anything. I hope you guys enjoyed this little series. Let me know if I should do some more of them. I just figured since so many people reach out, it's something nice to do. And the next stop for me personally is that I will be in Texas, but I believe the next stop on the Diet Badass Tour, that's what this series is a part of, is Tucson. So I have to go ride back. And for those of you who are curious, there's like 10 miles out here. It wasn't too bad. All right, see ya.